Hey everyone, Mahogany Panda here, and welcome to a video which is on the Minecraft server, but it's not an actual Minecraft survival episode. Someone did request to see all of the farms, so in detail, just kind of explain how they work and stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to create them myself because I wasn't the ones that made them, and I'm not the best with redstone. So what I've done is gone around all the farms that we've done and just kind of had a glimpse look. I know how the gist of it is, like how all of it works. I just won't be able to explain you how to set up the redstone yourself. It would kind of have to be, you know, look at it and take it in. So first, well, obviously we're in the Nether, and we're gonna go to the wood farm that I was talking about, which is probably like the newest thing that's been here, and that's not a good sound that we hear the ghast. So obviously, if you didn't know, like, this place takes us all the way back, I believe, to the very beginning, and we should be safe here. Let's run. So, to the very start, it should do at least. If it doesn't, then I'm a bit of an idiot. But you know, so let's go here, and yep, it takes us to the right place. So, as you can tell, there is a wither with both the sound and such as stuff like that. So let me quickly go into the music and sound, and I'll just turn down the volume a tiny bit because I should have really done that first. So this is the wood farm that I've been telling you about, and as you can tell, it's a load of redstone contraption to pretty much get wood and collect it from a little slot shaft take two over now. So that's why I've got some saplings. So let's just quickly go over. So we go into this little hut area, and then this will be where your wood drops, I believe, and then this is where you put your saplings. So, like, you know, bring your own saplings anyway in case, but all we have to do is put a sapling there, and then put that there, and then it's just you know, hold right click, get the put them down. You get your own sapling, get some saplings back, and then if we just stop this now, because we don't really need wood. So if you're looking here, there is just an infinite number of bone meal in the dispenser. So obviously, because it used to be instant that you'd make the tree, but it takes a couple more, and then if we in the hoppers, I think that's where the saplings go, and then like or you collect anything that's not that you don't pick up. So you just literally stay on this spot and then get it. So yeah, this is where I think the saplings drop actually. So obviously, as you can tell, the pistons here, when I activate the lever, push the wood to the side, and then get destroyed over there if you can hear it, and then I think, yeah, there we go, and then that's where you get your wood. So if we just quickly go outside, so luckily this this whole thing is built around iron bars, so you can kind of see the redstone there. So I don't remember that being there before, but as you can tell, it's just the redstone timing to, you know, get the pistons to push all at once. And then this wither boss, the reason it's not shooting at me is because there's a snow golem there, and then an iron golem in there, and that means it's constantly fixated on that, and it'll constantly shoot in front, and then the wood gets taken over into that area, so you can kind of see the wood over there. So we pretty much trap the wither boss into this little compartment, and then the wood gets pushed into there and then destroyed, and then you pick up the remains, and then you've got your own wood. So again, yeah, sorry I can't really explain the redstone myself. I mean, you can kind of see it, how complex it is itself. It'll be that all I remember was that Oscar was having to look up the redstone part just for, you know, get the timing right to push everything at once and stuff like that, and it's starting to get dark a bit. So here's to the wood farm, and considering we're going to be going into the middle of the Nether, and it'll be night time by then, we'll we'll go up and have a proper look at the gold farm. So let's just switch quickly over to there. So, if you've never really seen what this place is before, this is the top of the Nether. We've actually gone above the ceiling where it's pretty much like an infinite height again, and you're not blocked by bedrock. I think it was something to do with growing trees underneath it, and then it gets rid of the bedrock and replace with wood, and then you can just destroy the wood, obviously. So this is the gold farm. I only briefly touched onto it when I ended up getting back into making the series again, getting the Minecraft videos up again, and so this time we're actually going to go up to the top and kind of explain what the whole thing is. So I don't know why we made it out of glass. I think it's just then you can kind of see outside, because it does look pretty awesome, and obviously then you can kind of get an answer properly to how the why the redstone blocks there, since I only briefly touched it up. So I'll explain everything when I get up to the top in a second. So this I think is just a little storage bit. Oh no, right. Okay, so we'll go up to the very top of it first. So oh no, that is a gas, so we'll just kind of avoid it. So as you can see, there's a lot of iron golems there. Yep, there's a load of iron golems here that you can spawn, and then what happens is naturally the zombie pigmen can spawn. They'll just spawn there, and then obviously because of the AI of the iron golems, they'll destroy or they'll just try and kill any kind of hostile mobs. So zombie pigmen count as hostile mobs, and then that's what they pretty much do. So I'm just not going too far because of the gas there, because I don't know whether it's alive or dead, but I would have thought they'd be attacking. So obviously when you kill it, it drops zombie pigmen drop golden nuggets. So how does it pick it up is through this. So let's see, where is it there? Yeah, there it is. So as you can see, just all through the floor, it is just an endless track of rails with a cart there that you can see off in the distance, and that cart has a hopper in. So what happens with the hopper is it can I only found this out through Oscar telling me, but apparently you can go through one block and pick up any items that are above it. So the hopper is technically going through the floor to pick up any mob drops that come up. So every time a zombie pigman dies and it drops the nuggets, the cart will eventually make its way over, because it's doing a full circuit left and right all the way to top, make its way back. It's picking up any form of mob drops that it'll find, and then send it back to here, and then when it recognises that there's when the hopper recognises that the item's in the minecart with the hopper, it'll take it out and then drop it down all the way through into this, and then then the cart will set off by itself again. So now you can see why the redstone blocks are there, because that's just how the rails. It's nothing more than that, to be fair. So yeah, if we go, so obviously it took a lot of stuff. I mean, like Jesus. So if we go down here, just quickly. So this is what happens to the hoppers. So that when it drops all the way, it goes all the way down here, and then that's a dispenser, I believe, something like that. But either way, it'll drop the items through the one block chute all the way down to the bottom, because obviously it's just easier to drop the things and just have endless hoppers there, because it's just too much iron. Because at the time I don't think we had a massive iron farm, which I'll be going to next in a second. So yeah, let me just get down here and I can explain it a bit more. So it'll drop down there into the other hopper, and then the hopper will spread itself out into these chests and then pick up anything that the hopper's picked up from up there. So it's not gotten a lot at the moment, but I mean, it's like, say if we take all the golden nuggets, is there a crafting table nearby? Oh yeah. So I think does it take 9? Yes, it takes 9 to make the golden bar. So if you end up, for example, just getting all of these to go on there, and then if we just We just have to slowly split everything even. So, yep. And I think that's as much as we can do. Yeah. So there we go. We got. It's not. You know, you don't make a lot of gold, but I mean, considering you don't. Oh, I've got another thing there. But considering you you don't need gold as much. I mean, it's not useful as a ore. It's not useful as a. Nope. It's not useful as you know, armor in general. So it's, you know, it's still, so you get enough for what you need. Because to be fair, the only time I look at it being needed is through the cars, the rails, and we're a bit low. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with this area. So let's just take any things that aren't here. I think it's been here for ages. So yeah, so we've gone through the wood farm, gone through the gold farm. So the next thing I can take you to is either oh, there's two more that I'll go to. So we'll go to, I'm trying to think which one's easier. We'll go. I know what we'll go to. I'll keep it a surprise. So let's just drop down here and we'll go to the next one. So lucky for us, it just turned daytime. So yeah, I decided to just go over to the iron farm and have a better explanation of that. So I think I already went through this, you know, briefly. But what this is an iron farm. It's pretty awesome. At the same time, it's pretty delicate as well, because apparently you can break the entire thing just from, you know, breaking one single block. So, you know, you have to be careful with this, because it is big, and you don't really want to mess too much with it. So what happens here is, as you can see, there's a bunch of villagers just scooched up all in a little block. They're kind of captive, I know, it's a bit inhumane, but what happens here is yeah, as you can hear, they're kind of in pain. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But what happens here is the load of golems will spawn in this little thing here. And it's like a normal XP farm, you know. You get yourself dropped into a little hole, and then like some places they'll. Oh, can I get up here? Do I have to? Oh no! And of course, what happens here is it's like a normal XP farm that you usually have for usual. So obviously you just saw one just spawn and drop down now. So they'll spawn up on here. I don't think they spawn when I'm near, which is fair enough. I mean, it would make sense. So they just spawn all within here, and then I can't understand. I don't understand what the doors are for again. But you know, again, just have the doors there, and then they'll drop down here. You got a pit of lava there, and they'll drop down. And then obviously the iron will drop. So what happens with the iron is it all gets gathered into this large room. So you'll see in a second why we're not really in a need of iron. I mean, oh wow, it's actually filled this side as well now. It would originally start there and go up and up and up and up. So obviously when it's filled to the top there, it will go to the next one, and seems like it's all the way up to this one. So yeah, you can kind of understand why we don't need iron anymore, because I mean, you know, just taking that little chunk there will give you a stack of iron blocks. So you can understand why everything that we've done now in the future has been made out of iron, like this, or the wood farm, like that had bits of iron. I don't know why my dog is barking, but yeah, it's quite cool how we managed to get something going like this. So can I get up here? I don't know why my dog's barking at. So the last place to take you to is if we just quickly do this. So the last place to take you to is the chicken farm. I know it's not much, but you know, it's automatic again. Another ridiculous invention, and made out of redstone and goodness and stuff, and we get our own chicken. So let's just hop over there. It won't take long because it's just literally in Oscar's house. I don't want poppies. Speaking of which, when I died, and obviously I spawned back in my house, I won't explain it actually. I'll just show you instead. So if we just cross ourselves over into the real world again, and yeah, someone liked their poppies. I'm guessing someone just wanted to have some good use for it, and decided to just take the time to place almost everywhere around the with poppies. It looks nice, I guess, but I think it's a bit over the top. But yeah, if we just enter Oscar's house, I think we go to it. Yeah, so obviously you can hear the sound of chickens, and I don't know what's going there. I don't really think it's needed, is it? So, as you can see, yeah, so don't take anything without asking first. So, as you can hear, there's like a chicken farm going around. I did show it at one time in an old episode, I believe. So I think what he's done now is closed it off, and now it's just a completely automatic chicken farm. So I believe that oh wait, it might be. Oh no, it's not down here. Is it? Is it down here? Oh no, this is just a little farm. This is new. Oh yeah, this was when he was trying out the thing. So this will be actually this is a good. This is good. So what? Wait, what's this? Yeah, so this is when he was experimenting out trying to do the tree farm. So obviously you have the wood there, and you got this whole bit here with redstone, and it looks like, I don't know where you go to activate it, but either way, it looks, what he's done is made it so then it'll spawn here, the tree, of course. Then these pistons will push it over to this, and then this piston will push it over to here. And then I think he just does a continuous cycle to make it go across, and then eventually to where you want it. So this was to try out, obviously, yeah, to try out the seed, like the thing with the dispenser, the bone meal. And yeah, I guess I didn't actually know he had that there. So that would have been a good way to have a better explanation of the tree farm. So yeah, it looks like he's boxed it off, the entire chicken farm, but obviously you can certainly hear it. So what happens is, I believe, is that underneath is just a load of hoppers with eggs, and then the eggs will. What happens with the eggs is it'll obviously spawn them back again. Just I think I can't remember at least actually. So you can slowly hear them dying. So. Obviously this is where you get your cooked chicken. It goes through a furnace, and then you pick it up. So if I just take a couple there, because I do definitely need some food since I've run out of potatoes. So yeah, there's not really much I can explain with this one, because you can't really see it yourself. I mean, I can't see it because I haven't done this. I haven't done this whole thing for a while. So. Yeah, there's not really any way to get in there. I think he's entirely boxed it off because, you know, it stops them from getting out in any kind of way, at least. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much all there is to it for farms. I mean, that's like a little tiny iron farm, but you kind of already know the gist of that. So yeah, we've gone through all the farms. So we've gone through the new wood farm that was just been made. I've gone over that, done the iron farm over there, explained how that works. Done the gold farm, explained how that works. It is very basic, and it is easily doable. All you have to do is, you know, just if you're not a expert of redstone like I am, then you know you just have to have a quick look up. You know, if you know what you're looking for, like trying to find a repeating pattern or trying to get things to move. It's, you know, it's easy to look it up, and if you've got the idea, then you can do it. I mean, Oscar's done so many contraptions to just pretty much get an automatic thing going, and it's still continuing to go. So before it gets dark and I most likely die again for some strange reason, I'll end it there. So, oh, might this have been? That might have been unfrosted then. So wait, I was taking a tour around the place, accidentally picked up a lots of poppy and never just thought I'd make this place more beautiful. You can always use water bucket to clean mess. Good to be back, Mike. The good. I thought it was unfrosted at first. Mike. I have no issue with this.